The picture you're currently seeing is a little bit disturbing because this actually turned into a case. Somebody was scrolling on Google Maps and they seen this lady.
This is one story we had to tell you about. Missing person case went unsolved until someone saw something strange on Google Earth.
From an outsider looking in, you would think that this is just a normal picture. Well, the lady who you're currently seeing, her name is Parlay. A lot of times during the night, she would go out to her neighbor doors, knock on the door. The neighbors, not knowing who it was, they would check their peephole or crack their window open, like the blinds open, and see this elderly lady just standing outside of their house at night. The neighbors knew who she was, and they knew that she suffered from the Alzheimer's disease,
where a person begins to experience symptoms like forgetfulness.
And her husband would constantly, during the weeks, have to go look for his wife because she would just leave the house and disappear. As time passed and as time went by, she soon forgot who her husband even was. Then there was one day she just vanished. The husband knew that she walks out all the time. He went to go look for her, could not find her. She was missing for days on days on days. 50 police with the dogs all searched around this whole area, helicopters, drones, so much officers out looking for this lady, and nobody could find her. Until this random person in London, in the UK, somewhere in the UK, just was scrolling on Google Maps and sees the lady. He sends this to the police and say, is this the lady that disappeared? And it was confirmed. Matter of fact, that's the street that the lady lived on. And as you can see on Google Maps, she's caught walking down the steps. And as you see her walking down these steps, these actually her final moments because her body was found. Thanks to the Google Maps, because they just followed the trail. Her body was down this hill. If you keep walking down these stairs and you keep going straight, there's this hill covered with trees. Her body was found there. And because of her disease, that's the reason why she died. Now y'all, snacks. If you're wondering what the hell is going on right now, just wait. On my Instagram, I posted a picture saying, should I cut my hair or should I not? All of you was like, do not cut your hair. And you know what ended up happening? There's just a little bit of it. I'm sorry to tell y'all, but I did not cut my hair. I just wanted to mess with y'all. It's not even the next day. I just had to make up an excuse to try to piss y'all off a little bit. But thank y'all for having y'all snacks. Shout out to all of my supporters that's eating their snacks right now, enjoying this video. It's about to get a little dark, about to get a little crazy. Oh, and I got some special content for y'all coming because I'm going to Europe and I'm about to film some great videos for y'all, to say the least. So stay tuned for that because that's going to be a movie. But y'all already know. So shout out Correct Kitchen.
Chopper sound like Baby Shark cause it go doo-doo-doo.
Y'all already know what I'm about to say. Go get your snacks.
I just started off in your world.
Now this girl is Diane. She's missing. Just vanished. Nobody know where she's at. But then her mother gets a call. She's hoping that this is her daughter. Mind you, during this time, the daughter is only missing for a week. And Diane also has a real true illness. Like she suffered from mental illness. She's been in mental illness facilities 32 times. 32 times. Diane is approaching 40, so she's older, and her mom is approaching 70. Before Diane even disappeared, she had a family. She had a husband, she was married, she had kids.
I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
But she had these maniac episodes from her mental illness, and it tore their relationship apart. And he took the kids, and now she was just alone all by herself. But it only got worse for the family because she stopped taking her medication, and things just began to become very, very bad. Like, it was horrible. But single her started to spiral down the wrong path once again.
And they say the woman was dressed in a very distinctive outfit.
Stealing, doing bad behavior things in public, like just not giving a at all.
This woman gets away with shoplifting twice.
And it caused her to go to the mental illness facility one more time. And she was released because it looked like she was fine. It put her back on medication. Little did we know that something odd was going to happen to her. It was the day when Diane was with her sister named Deborah. Diane is at her sister's house, and Deborah said, I'm gonna go to a dentist appointment. She left. Deborah came back, didn't see her sister. Thought, okay, maybe she went out for a fresh breath of air. Cool. But Diane never came back. Then it was discovered that Diane went to a bar. The weird and strange situation about this situation is that this bar is 10 miles away from Deborah's house. This is a 3-hour walk. She didn't have no money. She didn't have a car. So it's like, how did she get there? Did she really walk 3 hours to get to this bar? At this bar, the worker said, yeah, she had a few drinks, but she was walking around in circles repeatedly. Very, very odd and strange. She walked up a little bit more down the road, and people say they saw her walking, and she went inside of this motel. And at this motel, it's one of those motels that you only go here if this is your only option. The very cheap motels, but strange people be here. Me and my friend ended up going to a motel like this. It was very strange for us. There was even blood on the sheets.
So, what time is it right now?
Dude, it's 3 in the morning.
It's 3 in the morning. This is blood on his bed. Oh my gosh. What the?
Where are we? We need to leave.
We seen people who kept staring at us. They didn't even stop. They was... So these motels be weird with weird people. And she went here. The next day, she's gone. She left the motel. Now remember in the beginning of the story, I said the phone from the mom. Well, it was a voice message. I have the goosebumps. Can y'all see that? Because it was about to happen. Ugh. Goosebumps. The mom, she listens to the voice message and she hears her daughter. Diane said, help, let me out. You can hear shuffling in the phone. And then she hears a voice from a man. Hey, give me that. Then the call just hung up.
Diane crying out, help, help, let me out. Followed by a scuffling noise and Diane's voice saying, hey, give me that.
They ended up tracking where this call came from, and it came from a motel. Now I didn't tell y'all this, I left it out. But when she was walking after she left that bar and she went further up, she went to a restaurant to eat. Well, the next day, everyone knows around this time that Diane is missing. The next day, a lady was just walking down the area where Diane went missing. She was just exercising and she sees a finger on the side of the road, but she thinks it's a fake finger. So she just kept walking. Then she gets the news that this girl went missing. Matter of fact, she went missing around the same area where I was just walking at. So she thought to herself, the finger. She went to her boyfriend. She asked her boyfriend, can you go to this certain spot and see if there's the finger on the ground right there? See if it's real. The boyfriend went back to the area where she goes walking at in her path. He sees the finger. It's not fake. It's a real finger. Matter of fact, it's definitely a female's finger because the nails was painted on this finger. It was brought to the police and it was identified as Diane's finger. Remember, her fingerprints on records because she went to so many mental illness facilities and she just was doing like bad stuff all the time, getting in trouble, all types of stuff. So she's in the database. Now it only gets more strange because Diane will usually go to a front store. And you know how on side of these stores they have the ice coolers where you can just pick up the ice? Well, one of the workers decided to go put ice in the ice cooler. It was a lady. She opens it and she sees clothes folded up neatly in this ice cooler. She picked the clothes up, she looked through it and she said to herself, these clothes look familiar. Just like Diane clothes. Remember, Diane is a regular at this store. They talk all the time. She see her all the time. Matter of fact, she knew it was Diane clothes. So she calls Deborah because she knows Deborah as well. She said, come here, is this your sister's stuff? And it was. Deborah knew that that was her sister's stuff because Deborah is the one who gave Diane the clothes for when Diane was at her house. There was another situation. A girl went inside a Circle K.
All right, guys. Circle K, Unexplained, come on down, check it out.
And she seen this bag. It was a white bag and it had makeup, perfume in there. She picks up the bag and she sees in green it says Diane. Oh, and there was toothpaste inside of this bag, and this toothpaste came from the mental illness facility. This was the toothpaste that Diane would use. Matter of fact, she used the perfume and she used this type of makeup. It was confirmed. This is her bag. Oh, and it was going to check surveillance, but the footage just disappeared. What? So I was going to show y'all footage, but when the investigators wanted to get the footage, it was gone. So I'm sorry. I want to see the footage as well. I want to see what went down because what is going on? So still to this day, she disappeared, turning 40. She's still on the list as a missing person. She would be 64 years old in 2024. A group of friends decided to go camping. At this campsite, you have a beautiful lake, you have a cabin, and you have one of those swings. You know, I've always wanted to swing on a tree swing. There was a tree swing as well, but they didn't know who was lurking around this camping site. It was a following night. All the friends gathered up around the fire.
What's up, guys? Made it.
I'll go get some more wood. Ooh, it's scary out there.
Just enjoying their trip. They always go camping, by the way. Always. And mud riding when they do go camping in this area is something that people do in the South. Go mud riding at night. It's one of the best things to do. Trust me, it's so fun. But they basically stay in front of this fire for hours just talking, having a good time, eating their s'mores, their snacks. Some people end up going inside of the cabin. Some people stayed out. There was 2 people who stayed out. The rest went inside the cabin. Now this is the cabin. This cabin is designed like off of a horror movie. I don't know if y'all played the game Jason, Friday the 13th before.
I got no sprint. Oh my god. What up? Close the door. Lock it. All right.
But this reminds me of one of those type of cabins. Friday the 13th type of cabin. Yeah.
Get around.
It just looked like bad gonna happen. But they had the two girls who stayed outside the fire. They just wanted to talk and stay outside the fire even much more longer. The rest went in the cabin to go to sleep. One of the girls look up. She feel like there's something in the woods. She sees a shadow. There go my goosebumps again. But she shake it off. And she just finished going about her day in this fire and talking to her friend. And she looks up at it again and notice it's still staring at her. She takes out her phone, she makes sure her flash is on, clicks the picture. She sees a shadow in the woods. As she's looking at the phone, she don't see the figure no more, so she knew somebody was actually there, like 1000% confirmed. But the flash in the picture, the person had to leave. Immediately, the two girls run inside the cabin. The friends didn't go to sleep yet, they was just laying down on their phone, scrolling on the media, and they was telling their friends what just happened, and they moved so smart because they went back home that night. They didn't stay to dug it out. Smart. Now, this could have really turned into a horror movie. Because of course somebody is lurking in the area, which is creepy. But it could have really turned into a horror movie if the person would have flat their tire. And now they were stuck. And had to stay overnight. Or they would have just walked. I don't know how far and deep in the woods they are, but they would have had no choice but to walk. I'll call authority. Being in the woods at night is not it. Because I've been in the woods before at night. Me and a group of friends. So around this area, somebody mentioned a Ouija board. Remember, we're surrounded by woods.
Ouija board? We can play the Ouija board on this road. Y'all not down?
This is a place that you cannot go in at night. It's a nature trail. And we just decided to sneak in anyway.
Shit.
And we just enjoying our trip in these woods, nature trails. Everything is going perfectly fine.
I heard something though back there.
Until it don't go perfectly fine. We hear something in the distance and it was a human. It was more of the lines of a scream. I didn't film it because around this time I was filming on Snapchat. So I didn't have my camera out like I was filming a YouTube video, but I did film us running because we was scared.
Bye. Come on, go. Oh shit.
And me and my friends came up with the idea that could have been one or two things. Either somebody was sleeping with someone and that person was literally screaming. I would never do that again in my life, I'm sorry. Like moaning very loud, or it could have been the second reason. That person got away with murder. Because we got no reports that somebody went missing in this area after that night or somebody died in this area. Matter of fact, it could be another reason, and that reason is, which is the last reason, somebody explored this area by themselves and they panicked and they seen something and they started screaming. But we never seen no one run out the woods. So I don't know. It was just weird. But thank y'all for watching. That is the end of the video. And I do love y'all. Take care. Bye.